I love it. All right, we got our first female comic of the night. Yes, please, give up that energy for Mrs. Kenley McClure.
When I was 10 years old, I walked into my house, walked into the kitchen, and I found my great-grandmother laying dead. This is true shit. If you want to know why she died, I will tell you. I actually murdered her. Are there any cops in here? No cops? Okay, cool. I am not on food stamps, but if you have any for sale, meet me in the lobby after the show. White trash, people getting dressed up, is just in putting on their court clothes and going anywhere besides court. I know, because I am white trash. So, my friend Garrett Burge, he was driving home the other day on his way home from work and stumbled across a stray baby raccoon. He is now a single father of one. Old Tina, I was holding her a couple days ago, and she thought that it would be funny to literally shit all over me. I'm talking like diarrhea poo on my shirt, my pants, the chair I was sitting on. You might be thinking, Kinley, what is so funny about this? And to me, honestly, none of it is, still. But to everybody else there, it was pretty funny. I would like to give a personal shout out to Joe Biden. Thanks to him, I can no longer get my boob job. I just feel in this current economy, I should not be adding any extra inflation. I feel if Shrek was a woke, like, common man, his pronouns would be fee, fi, fo, and fum. He's a big green guy. My grandparents raised me. For me, I didn't really see anything different being raised by my grandparents compared to like regular age folk, except I use the word folk apparently. And dinner was at 3:30 as soon as I got home from the bus stop. Lights out was at 7, and we were up and at 'em at 4:45. I also refer to my pants as britches. So my britches be falling sometimes. One thing you should know about my grandma is that she is the most Asian white person you will ever meet in your life. I've got some friends here, they can attest to that. What I mean by this is I had to have straight A's my whole educational career. I was in 3 musical instrument classes from the time of kindergarten. The only real difference that I know is that when she beat me with a wooden spoon instead of like chopsticks or whatever the Asian parents use. When I was young, there's always just something a little bit off about them kids who are raised by their grandparents. For me, it was my haircut. From the time I gained consciousness to probably about 7th grade, I was Dora the Caucasian Explorer. Once the haircut was resolved, it wasn't relevant because at that point I was just fat. Since I know we all know the Sandlot, it was real Ham, you're killing me, Smalls, kind of vibe. That's pretty much exactly what I looked like up until about 2 years ago. One thing my grandparents did help me with, though, they kind of knew I was struggling making friends just because I was pretty weird. They did give me a cell phone when I was 10. Real reason they got me a cell phone was so that I could receive calls from the local county jail and talk to my mom every Tuesday. But nonetheless, it still was helpful. I don't know if you know exactly what it feels like to be a badass, but walking into the 3rd grade classroom with one of the highest contraband items, that'll get you feeling that way. One thing that they don't warn you about, though, is the apparent risks that you just waiver when you buy a cell phone, such as chainmail. Does anybody in here remember chainmail? Like, if you don't forward this to somebody in 2 hours, your uncle's gonna stub his toe on his nightstand tonight. And you're like, oh my God, like, I love my uncle. I don't want him to stub his toe. Like, I gotta forward this. So I remember, woke up fresh on a Saturday morning, and I got a text from this number I didn't have. It said, "This is so-and-so. You have 2 hours to forward this to 15 people, or your family's gonna be cursed." Oh shit, dude, like this is pretty freaking deep. I'm 10 years old, my family is at risk of being cursed, and I haven't even got 15 numbers in this phone. Like, I got some work to do. So I'm sitting there, smiling and dialing, trying to get some of these numbers sent out, and I get a knock on the front door, and my neighbor, she just got a new electric scooter. So you can bet your ass, I went and I was riding that electric scooter. Phone may have died in the process. So after her electric scooter died, I went inside and I was going to charge my phone so I could forward some more chain mails. And upon walking inside, I found my great-grandmother dead on the kitchen floor, murdered, because I ran out of numbers in the chain mail. That is all the time I've got. I'm Kimberly. Thank you guys so much.
I was raised by my grandparents too.